Hi you guys. I got another request to do a few videos. One being how to ombre. Now I'm going to give you a tip. When it comes to ombre, lighter colors blend a whole lot better than darker colors. So your burgundies, your blacks, your dark purples, your dark reds, burgundy, damn, blues, dark blues, basically your dark colors, they don't blend too well. You can still ombre those, but it's just a little bit harder to ombre those. You'll be able to see whatever nude color you put on top or however that goes. So your lighter colors like your whites and your nudes and like these two colors, you really want to find those colors that go together. Like I picked these two colors. I will show y'all how to do a white and a clear. Let me go ahead and set up right now. What they call mighty putty. I don't know what they call it, but you can go to Walmart and get it. If I find the name of it, man, what the fuck am I talking about? I got the pack right here. Let me back it up. This is what I use. And you can find it right in the... Where did I go? You can find this at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and good old Amazon. You can find everything on Amazon. You guys can see that since that's just more traditional. But colors like this, so easy to blend. You know, colors that go together. I mean, green and yellow, that can blend to, you know, blend good. You know, those type of colors. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the video. I know that's what y'all waiting on. Okay, so find a starting point on where you want to blend, where you want your blend to start at. And I'm guessing, like, for the most part, when you're doing nails, you want to do it right there in the middle where that tip is applied at. You know what I'm saying? Like, right there in the middle. You want it to blend there. Okay? So, for me, that's where I'm going to get my blend at. This is where you want the two colors to meet and where you want them to blend. So, make sure you have a little spot where you want everything to blend. Now, how I do it, I think I'm going to do the orange at the bottom. Now, how I do it is I start. And another tip is, you do not want to build your nail with the color, with the color acrylic. You do not want to build your nail with that. You want to get it as thin as possible and build with the clear. Because you know you got to go back over it and encapsulate the color acrylic with the clear. So when you go to filing, you don't take away that color. Okay? So what I do is I start at the bottom and I dip and I come down here. Now remember, I want my color to blend up there. So the first thing I'm going to do is go up. This is where I want it to blend at. I'm not going to brush down. I'm going to go up. Brush lightly. You got to barely tap that brush. Become one with your brush. Okay? Become one with her. It's still not how I want it to be. You can always go back in. You know, once you put your second color down, you pat. See, I'm patting down. And then I'm swiping up. If you become one with your brush, that's all you need. Okay? Lightly brush it. Okay? It's still not where I want it to be, right there in the middle. So I'm going to do a tad bit and sit it right there. You see? And I'm going to come in and lightly brush it up. Okay? Lightly. You see how thin that is? Do you see? That is thin. That is thin. Okay? So, when it comes to when I'm ready to blend at the top, when I'm ready to blend my color, I'm not going to start right here because I don't want it to be too thick and overpower my bottom color. So what I do is go up here all the way at the top, put my color down. What we're going to do, lightly tap it right at the end so we can see what we're doing. Like I say, you don't want to get lost in the sauce. Make sure your beads is a little bit wet. And lightly at the bottom, and work your way to it. It's better to start with a little bit and add than go in there and do too much and you can't take it away. Okay? That's what the tip with ombre. Go in there with a little bit and add. So you won't have to go in there and take away. You're doing somebody's nails. Okay? Unless you really know what you're doing. And I'm not there yet. So I'm patting down. And I'm lightly brushing it in. Lightly. You see that? You see how it's coming in? Lightly. Like you're tapping it. You see that? Do you see? I'm just playing, y'all. Do you see that? And I'm not even finished. I still have to, it's still kind of see-through right there. So my bead is wet. I'm going in there and I'm tapping it just a little bit in there. Patting it down. Wipe just a little bit. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Let me, ooh! I'm sorry. Look at that. That is gorgeous. And guess what? Once you finish with that, what I told y'all about that encapsulating. Build your nail with that. Then you go back. Make sure your bead is wet. I start right here. Don't brush too hard. I'm sorry that my camera is not focusing. But don't brush too hard. You see how I got my little apex? And I'm using that as my guide. I'm using that as my guide. Oop. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to look through the camera at the same time to make sure I have everything so I won't have to go back. And I'm going right here up under that apex that I just did. Look at that. Like I said, I'm using that as a guide, okay? Look at there. You see that? Let me focus. You see that? That's my apex. Well, I can go bigger because the nail is so long. So I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to come right here. Build your apex first. That's how I get it. That's how I do it. Build that apex first. You can always go back at the end and kind of when it goes to filing and stuff, you can file it down in that area just a little bit. So I'm gonna go up, work my way up. working my way up. I take my time with doing stuff like this. You don't want to go rushing. This is why I take forever doing nails. See that? See that? I'm close to my cuticle, so I'm pointing my finger down and just really brushing at the bottom part. You know what I'm saying? I'm feathering at the bottom of it. And I always get that little dent right there. I always get it, but it's okay. That's what I'm used to. So I'm going to come in here at the end and, like I said, wait. Because my acrylic is a little bit runnier. So that's just the way that I work with it now. That wasn't enough. I'm going to hang it from the side, but I'm going to wait a little bit. Wait a few seconds. And I'm going to go in at the side. And brush it in at a slant. Turn the finger. Brush it in a slant. Brush it up. Brush it down in a slant. Brush it on that nail. Don't brush it off the nail. Brush it on the nail. Okay. All right. You see that? Let me see. You got something at the bottom. You see that? Okay, so I'm trying to look through the camera so you guys can see. But I'm finna go up in here at the top. Oh, shit. And fill in that little dent right there. Remember from my old video how I told you to do it? Just wait a few seconds. Now, if you have a fast setting acrylic that you use, then that should be good. But, you know, you go in, pat it in there, and wipe. Feather in there. Okay. And when it comes to that filing, then it'll all come together. You see that? Let's see if we can. You see that? If some people like to focus on their acrylic application beforehand. Some people like to go ahead and lay the acrylic and then worry about it afterwards. I mean, it's all up to you. But see, when it comes to filing, when I file and, you know, shape everything and do all that, you cannot tell me that this will not just be fire. Okay, I amaze myself sometimes. I'm still learning on some white, y'all, but I honestly think this is milky white. I honestly think this is milky white, which is good too. Can't go wrong with that either. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our traditional ombre. Do you guys remember what I told you? Go in and start at the bottom. Okay, and you brush it up to that blending point, that blending area that you want, right? Do you remember the time
Oh, I thought you were
You blend it up to that point. You see that? I pray you guys can see that. Let's go up some more. Okay. You work your way up with wetter beads. Booby, I am recording the video. Could you step out for a few seconds, please? Thank you.
Oh, I did, but you were taking the video.
Yeah. Okay, you see that? I'm up to my area where I want to blend, but I it's kind of not how I want it right there, so I'm gonna do it again. It's wet, I'm patting it in, and you feather it. Don't be heavy-handed. You know them heavy-handed people. When they laugh at girl and they hit you on your back, and you like, God damn, girl. Oh, Lord. All right, and here we go where we want to blend. Here go our second color. Okay, remember what I told you? You want that weed, Lord, you want that bead wet. Okay, and you come in at the top so you can have enough room to feather it down in there. Okay? You see? Lightly work your way up. Okay, I'm gonna wait a few seconds because it's a little bit too wet for me, so I'm gonna pat it down in there, right? Lightly swipe it in there. It's coming along. It's coming along. I think I need a little bit more white, so I'm gonna come right here, bring it down a little bit because we don't want to brush it into the area we don't want it. And just brush it up. You see that? And I'm not doing too much. Look at that. It's still thin. I'm not doing too much. Okay. That's my bead. I'm going to come and pat it in. Lightly. Brush it on the nail. Don't take it off. Okay, it's still kind of see-through in that area. I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm gonna get a little bit more, make my bead wet, but I'm still gonna wait a few seconds for it to set just a little bit and pat it down in there, right in that area where I want it. Brush at the bottom. Brush it at the bottom. Lightly. Light. Look at that. Look. Let me, y'all don't see what I'm seeing. Look. Listen. I already told y'all how to build the nail. I ain't gonna do it again because it'll make this video too long. But do you see that? Do you see this? You know what? I hope I help somebody. I hope I help somebody out. Don't forget to clean your area. Right after you finish with everything, clean your area. I hope this video helps somebody. Look out for my next video. I'm going to show you at least 3 ways, maybe more, on how to marble nails. On how I do it. There's plenty of ways that other people do it. All you got to do is search some more videos on YouTube. I hope this video helps somebody out. Once again, y'all be blessed. It's Sunday. Love one another. This world is lacking love. It's lacking love.